There's a glitch in the modern woman's mind, and she doesn't even know it's running. She can wake up next to a good man, live in a safe home, have a life she once prayed for, and still feel that restless ache inside her, that creeping thought that whispers, "Why doesn't my life feel like theirs?" And men? They blame themselves. Did I not do enough? Did I say something wrong? But this isn't about you. This is about the world rewiring her brain. Every scroll, every highlight reel, every couple posing on a beach at sunset feeds her the same message. Her life isn't measuring up. Not fast enough, not glamorous enough, not magical enough. But before we dive deep, do me one favor. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. It takes 1 second, but it helps me reach the men who need clarity just as much as you do. All right, let's begin. You're not competing with her ex. You're competing with curated illusions, with filters, with fantasies, with an algorithm designed to make her feel like she's missing out. And until you understand the psychological trap she's caught in, every cold silence, every emotional shift, every sudden dissatisfaction feels personal. But it's not. It's the system running in the background of her mind. He spends an hour fixing the loose cabinet door she complained about last week. He even watches a tutorial so he doesn't do it wrong. When she gets home, she doesn't notice the repair. She notices that he forgot to move the laundry from the washer to the dryer. One mistake erases 10 quiet acts of love. He suggests a movie night. She says she's overwhelmed. He gives her the evening to herself. The next day, she says he makes no effort to spend time together. He invites her on a walk. Now she says he doesn't understand boundaries. He tries to talk. Now he's starting drama. Whatever direction he moves in becomes the wrong direction, so he doubles down. He takes on more chores. He compliments her without expecting anything. He cancels plans to be there for her. But the more he tries, the more invisible he feels. Like his love is background noise she's grown numb to. Meanwhile, she's drowning in her own pressure, her own expectations, her own endless mental to-do list, and he becomes the easiest target for her frustration. Every morning he asks himself how loving a person turned into walking through a minefield of shifting moods and unspoken needs. And still, he keeps trying, hoping effort can fix a wound he didn't cause. It doesn't matter how much effort he pours in, the same silence always creeps back. That subtle disappointment in her eyes, like she's waiting for a life she saw on Instagram and can't name out loud. He keeps thinking it's temporary, just burnout, just a rough patch. But every solution he brings only seems to expose a new leak. He sets up a date. Now she feels pressured to be in a good mood. He gives her compliments. Now she thinks he wants something. He backs off. Now she thinks he's losing interest. It's like modern relationships turned into troubleshooting a device with no manual and constant software updates. He keeps doing patch fixes while the entire system is glitching from expectations, comparison culture, and emotional overload. So he starts over-apologizing. Not for actual mistakes, but for every spike in her mood, every sigh, every shift in her energy. He shrinks himself to avoid conflict, wearing the emotional weight of two people, and at night, when she finally drifts off, he stares at the ceiling, realizing he's exhausted from trying to be a remedy for a wound he didn't cause. No matter how hard he tries, something always feels off. Fix one issue, and she finds another. Make her smile today, and tomorrow she wakes up distant again. He keeps trying, thinking he can figure her out, but the rules keep changing, sometimes by the hour. He plans a thoughtful date, and she says she's tired. He gives her space, and suddenly he's distant. He compliments her and she rolls her eyes. He apologizes for nothing, just to keep the peace, and somehow it's still not enough. Every effort feels invisible. Every gesture feels like it lands on the wrong planet. Everyone tells him to work harder, be more romantic, Be stronger, be softer, be smarter, be more attentive, be more patient, be more exciting, be more present, and still, nothing sticks. But nobody admits the truth. He's trying to fill a void he didn't create. So he keeps trying. He keeps giving. He keeps hoping that the next effort will land, that the next gesture will break the cycle. But some cycles aren't meant to be broken, at least not by him. And the harshest truth? Loving someone like this can make you feel invisible, small, and exhausted, even when you're giving everything you have. It's not him. It never was. It's not moodiness. It's not her personality. It's a glitch, a loop running quietly long before he showed up, a mind trained to find what's missing, even in comfort, even in love. A distant dad, a mom who was never satisfied. Those early lessons write the code. Men disappoint, love fades, happiness doesn't last. You can give her love, security, stability, and it still whispers, something's off. Not because it is, because her brain is wired that way. Logic fails, reassurance fails. You can't argue with code, you can only understand it. Science says about half of our temperament, optimism or pessimism, calm or anxiety, is in our DNA. Some brains aren't looking for joy or love. They scan for what's missing. Threat, danger. It kept our ancestors alive, but today it keeps love under siege. Even when she's safe, she senses danger. Even when adored, she expects loss. Biology whispers, it won't last, and her mind obeys. Then comes upbringing. Maybe she watched her mother sigh at the dinner table, criticizing her father for everything and nothing. Maybe she learned men can't be trusted, happiness is temporary, and complaining gets attention. Those early lessons carve deep beliefs. Men disappoint. Love fades. Contentment is boring. By adulthood, this programming runs quietly in the background. She's not choosing chaos. She's repeating familiarity. Peace feels foreign. Calm feels wrong. Her nervous system only relaxes when life is messy. Trauma passes quietly from mother to daughter, becoming the hidden soundtrack of her love life. Once, her comparisons were simple. The neighbor's yard, her cousin's wedding, her friend's husband with the better job. Now, thanks to social media, she's comparing her whole life to millions of curated illusions in real time. She's not comparing you to her ex. She's comparing you to a highlight reel, men who don't exist, couples who aren't real, moments that were staged, filtered, monetized. Every scroll is a microdose of inadequacy. Her brain asks questions she doesn't even realize. Why doesn't my husband do that? Why isn't my life that perfect? Why don't I feel that happy? And because the female brain evolved to gauge emotional safety through social standing, this constant comparison triggers panic. Every other woman seems more loved, more admired, more fulfilled. She's not seeing reality, she's seeing performance. So everyday life, bills, chores, quiet nights, starts to feel wrong. Reality looks flat next to the digital theater of perfection. He's not failing. He's just competing with an algorithm. Every notification whispers, you deserve more. Every influencer smile says, you settled. And slowly, gratitude turns into a cage. If she's unhappy, it's easy to think it's you. The tone, the texts, the effort. It all feels wrong, like nothing you do is enough. You replay conversations in your head, overanalyze every word, and wonder if love itself has become a mistake. But the truth is, most of the time, it's not about you at all. The emptiness lives inside her, and every complaint, every frustration, is really her trying to make sense of that inner void. She's projecting what she can't yet face within herself, and it's not your job to fix it. Society tells women, you deserve it all. Magazines, movies, social media, they all celebrate her as a queen, a goddess, a prize. From childhood, she's been told she's special, deserving, worthy of admiration simply for existing. But no one tells her the other half. Life also demands patience, gratitude, and contribution. Without that, expectation turns into entitlement, and dissatisfaction becomes a habit, a lens through which nothing ever feels enough. Men who love her fully often end up hurting themselves. They apologize for being human, shrink to avoid conflict, and slowly lose hope that love can ever be simple. They walk on emotional glass, trying to anticipate her needs while losing touch with their own. Over time, the quiet weight of trying to fix someone else's inner world erodes confidence, hope, and even identity. It's subtle, but it's real. And by the time they notice, they've forgotten what it feels like to feel enough, to feel wanted, to feel admired. Here's the truth. You cannot fix someone else's emptiness. You cannot make her whole, no matter how much you love her or how much effort you pour in. What you can do is protect your energy, live your life fully, and stop carrying a weight that isn't yours to bear. You can care. You can show love. You can support. But your peace, your clarity, your sense of self must come first. Because here's the quiet, powerful reality. She will only find happiness when she stops searching for it in the outside world. She will only feel complete when she turns inward, takes responsibility for her own emotions, and fills the void herself. And until that day comes, no amount of gifts, words, or devotion will change the emptiness inside her. So, love wisely. Stand strong. Don't shrink or apologize for existing. Build your life, protect your energy, and honor your own journey. You can care deeply without losing yourself in someone else's storm. You can love, support, and still protect your own peace.